Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York, and it's a beautiful day in sunny Florida. We're here in Orlando. We're going to check out one of the Disney parks, the Hollywood Studio Parks. This park opened May 1st, 1989 as the Disney MGM Studios Park and was the third of four theme parks built by Disney World. Spanning 135 acres, the park is dedicated to the imagined worlds of film, television, music, and theater, drawing inspiration from the golden age of Hollywood. So come on, let's quickly get through security here and find out what Disney Hollywood Studios is all about. So like with many Disney parks, as soon as you enter, you're kind of forced to go down a main street or a main area, so to speak. And in this park, the Hollywood Studio Park, it's called Hollywood Boulevard. And like many Disney parks, the entire park is shaped like a wheel, so this Hollywood Boulevard will lead us to a hub. And from there we can go all around the park to different areas. And basically how I'm going to handle these theme parks as far as videotaping, because they are huge, is I'm going to do the first video, which is this one in Hollywood Studios, as a walkthrough. We're not going to stop in stores and restaurants and attractions and rides. Instead, we're going to walk through the entire park, which is going to take a while. And then what I'll do is I'll break each section of this park out into its own video and do details as far as shopping in restaurants and attractions and rides. Those videos will be coming out shortly. So as we start our walk today here on Hollywood Boulevard, we're going to slowly go through every section of this park, including Echo Lake, Commissary Lane, Grand Avenue, Star Wars Galaxy Edge, Toy Story Land, Animation Courtyard, and Sunset Boulevard. And again, each of these separate sections will have their own videos sometime in the future. Another thing about all these different sections of the park, and it goes with all Disney parks, is the music in the background is incredible. But unfortunately, as you guys know, I cannot play that music for copyright reasons. For example, where we are now, Hollywood Boulevard, they have great flapper music or Roaring Twenties music in the background, but I cannot find anything like that on YouTube, so I'm finding some kind of a substitute. Not a perfect substitute, but there will be music in the backgrounds. But I assure you the music in the parks are much better than what I'm going to play here on these videos. And finally, for all you Disney aficionados out there, and I know there's plenty of you, this is my first visit to these parks, the Disney parks as well as the Universal parks, and I'm sure I'm going to make a couple of mistakes as far as things that I say or do. So it's your job as an expert, if you are a Disney expert, to make a correction and let me know in the comments that I said something wrong or incorrect. And you don't have to be nasty, just make a correction and we can all learn from it. It would be greatly appreciated. Some of the restaurants here on Hollywood Boulevard include the Hollywood Brown Derby, the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge, as well as the Trolley Car Cafe. Some of the shops include Mickey's of Hollywood, Keystone Clothiers, Celebrities Five and Dime, and Oscar's Super Service. And the one and only ride here on Hollywood Boulevard is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's a new attraction and it's become very popular here in Hollywood Studios, and I do get on that ride and take you guys along, but that'll be when we do the Hollywood Boulevard video separately. The Hyperion Theater on the right here houses, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration, a musical show based on Disney's 2013 animated film Frozen. The area we're heading into now in the park is called Echo Lake, and Echo Lake was inspired by a similarly named neighborhood in Los Angeles and is designed to mimic the suburban California crazy form of architecture from Hollywood's golden age and is anchored around the area's namesake lake. Star Tours, The Adventure Continues, is a 3D motion simulator ride set in the Star Wars universe. I do check that ride out, and I'll take you guys along with me when we do the Echo Lake video. Then there's the Jedi Training Trials of the Temple, a live-action stage show which invites children to become Padawan learners and receive lightsaber training from a Jedi Master. Finally, there's the live-action Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, which reenacts various scenes from Steven Spielberg's Raiders of the Lost Ark while illustrating how professional film stunts are performed. If you're looking to cool off for a few moments, check out Vacation Fun. It's an original animated short with Mickey and Minnie. It's located here in Echo Lake. Some of the restaurants here at Echo Lake include Minnie's Seasonal Dine at Hollywood and Vine, 50's Primetime Cafe, Epic Eats, Oasis Canteen, and Backlot Express. And as far as shopping, you have Tatooine Traders, and again, all these attractions will be covered in the Echo Lake video. So basically, if you go completely around Echo Lake, you end up back on Hollywood Boulevard, which we're going to head back up and start heading towards the commissary. This here around these parts is known as the Fantastic Five. They include Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Pluto, Goofy, and Donald Duck. If you spot one of them in this video, I'm not going to say which one, but if you spot one of them, leave a comment in the comment section below as far as the timestamp where you spotted them, and you'll get a shout out in an upcoming video. Keep in mind, if you see one of these characters, either a picture in the park or walking around as a character, that doesn't count. But one of them, if it's hidden in the video and flashes really quickly, that's the one you want to spot. And speaking of hidden characters at Disney, Disney loves to do what's called hidden Mickeys in their theme parks as well as their hotels and restaurants. There are Mickey Mouse heads hidden everywhere throughout the Disney area. Even in your hotel, you might find them in the wallpaper, you might find them on bathroom tiles. They're very tiny, they're hidden, but it's a fun game to play if you're looking for hide and seek kind of things like the hidden mascots on the New York channel. Coming up here is Commissary Lane. It connects Hollywood Boulevard directly to Grand Avenue, another area in the park, and it completely bypasses Echo Lake altogether, which is where we've been already. In this area resides the ABC Commissary and the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant, a dinner theater with a retro-style theme featuring vintage car-themed tables and a large movie screen featuring continuous clips of science fiction films from the 1950s. And getting back to those hidden Mickeys for a moment, they range in all different sizes. It could be as small as your pinky fingernail to as large as, well, the largest one was in this park and it could only be seen from the air. This is an aerial shot of Hollywood Studios, the park we're in right now, and as you can see, there is a not so hidden Mickey when you're several thousand feet high. This, unfortunately, with park expansions and new attractions, has kind of degraded into a not so much looking like a Mickey Mouse head, but in the early days, it definitely was designed to look like a huge hidden Mickey. And here is that Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant that I spoke about a few moments ago. And now we're going to head into the Grand Avenue section of Hollywood Studios here at Disney. And before we head into Grand Avenue, we want to make a quick left here from the commissary back into Echo Lake to visit Star Tours. The adventure continues. Here you can feel the power of the Force during a 3D motion simulated space flight. We'll check this right out in the upcoming Echo Lake video. Grand Avenue is themed as a gentrified historic district inspired by the real location of the same name in downtown Los Angeles. The area is anchored by Muppet Vision 3D, a 4D film attraction starring the Muppets from Jim Henson's The Muppet Show that is presented at the Grand Arts Theater within the Avenue's Grand Park, itself inspired by the real park of the same name in Los Angeles. And if you're wondering exactly what 4D is, it's a 3D movie where you actually feel the rain as it rains in the movie. No, you don't get soaking wet, but you do feel the raindrops. Grand Avenue is also home to Pizza Rizzo, a Brooklyn-style pizza restaurant owned by Rizzo the Rat, Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano, and the Baseline Tap House, a modern California-styled pub. The main street of Grand Avenue eventually leads into a street tunnel which connects it to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Grand Avenue was originally planned as a themed area called Muppet Studios following Disney's acquisition of the Jim Henson Company. In addition to Muppet Vision 3D, this area was to include a themed restaurant and a Muppet Dark Ride parody of the Great Movie Ride. The deal fell through after Henson's death, and only the Muppet Vision 3D was developed. And on the left here is the aforementioned Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano, and coming up is Pizza Rizzo on the left-hand side as well. And now, as we leave the Grand Avenue section of the park, we're going to head into this tunnel, and on the other end will be the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And as we enter Galaxy's Edge, I'm going to leave the background sound levels up so you can get the full experience of the sounds coming from Galaxy's Edge and the crowd sounds as well. I don't think there's going to be any copyright issues going through here. If there are, then I'll just have to go back and edit. Star Wars Galaxy Edge is set within the Star Wars universe at the Black Spire Outpost Village on a remote frontier planet of Batuu. Attractions include Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, a dark ride that's extremely popular here in Disney World and almost impossible to get on without a huge wait. It's a dark ride that places guests in a climatic battle between the First Order and the Resistance, and also is featured the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, a flying simulator attraction that allows guests to pilot the Millennium Falcon through a customized secret mission on behalf of Hondo, Ognaka, and Chewbacca.
They're a little better, but never tell me that. Right here. Sam, I'm gonna go use the bathroom, okay? All right, I got Sam.
As I mentioned earlier, two of the biggest attractions in the Star Wars Galaxy Edge area, or two of the biggest attractions in this park in general, are Star Wars Rise of the Resistance as well as Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Some of the dining options here at Star Wars Galaxy Edge include Ronto Roasters, a coffee house, Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo, Olga's Cantina, and Milk Stand. Milk Stand famous for those blue and green milks. Some of the places you can go shopping here in Star Wars Galaxy Edge include Resistance Supply, The Market Merchants, Donkonder's Den of Antiquities, Savvy's Workshop Hand-Built Lightsabers, Droid Depot, and First Order Cargo. When I filmed this area in detail for a future video, I actually had to wait on lines to visit these stores. You can't just walk in, they're so crowded.
Okay, I'll just send it.
Star Wars Galaxy Edge opened in 2019, replacing the park's Streets of America section. The 14-acre area cost an estimated $1 billion. And now we enter Toy Story Land. Toy Story Land is inspired by Pixar's Toy Story series. The 11-acre area is themed to Andy's backyard with 3 attractions, each hosted by characters from the series. The attractions include Toy Story Mania, an interactive 4D attraction inspired by classic Carnival Midway games, Slinky Dog Dash, another very popular ride here at the Hollywood Studios, an outdoor roller coaster, and Alien Swirling Saucers, a spinning teacup ride. Toy Story Land opened on June 30th, 2018. I actually find this one of the coolest places here in Hollywood Studios, and these gigantic, out-of-scale toys make you feel like a little kid again. Unfortunately, if you're hungry or feel like going shopping in Toy Story Land, there's not too many options. As far as dining, there's Woody's Lunchbox, and as far as shopping, there's Toy Story Mania Shop. And now we transition from Toy Story Land to the Animation Courtyard part of Hollywood Studios here at Disney. And as we enter the Animation Courtyard section of the park, this long line on the left is actually for Slinky Dog Dash back in Toy Story Land. It's a long, long wait. I actually ride Slinky Dog Dash when I check out Toy Story Land in detail. Animation Courtyard is home to attractions based on the films and characters created by Walt Disney Animation Studios. Its entrance is marked by a square studio arch. This section of the park originally was the starting point for the studio backlot tour, which no longer exists, by the way. The former Magic of Disney Animation building hosts Star Wars Launch Bay, a Star Wars exhibit featuring behind-the-scenes props and character meet and greets with Darth Vader, Chewbacca, and BB-8. Mickey Avenue, a subsection of Animation Courtyard, is home to a walkthrough exhibit, Walt Disney Presents, which explores the life and legacy of Walt Disney through photos, models, artifacts, and a short biographical film narrated by Julie Andrews. The Courtyard section also hosts 2 live shows, Disney's Junior Dance Party, which entertains guests with characters from Disney Junior series including Mickey and the Roadster Racers, Vampirina, Doc McStuffins, and the Lion Guard. And across the plaza, as you'll see, is Voyage of the Little Mermaid, which uses glow-in-the-dark puppets, lasers, music, projectors, human actors, and water effects to recreate favorite scenes and songs from the 1989 animated film. And if you get hungry strolling through this area, you can visit the market, which is kind of like a grab-and-go kind of place, as well as Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. And that's pretty much it for the Animation Courtyard here at Hollywood Studios at Disney World. We've gone in a complete circle. There's only one area left, and that's Sunset Boulevard. We're at the Brown Derby now, which we passed on the way in, which means we're back on Hollywood Boulevard. So we're going to take a little walk down Hollywood Boulevard, make a left onto Sunset, and finalize this tour. Sunset Boulevard, inspired by the real thoroughfare of the same name, was the first expansion of the park, opening in July 1994. The focal point of Sunset Boulevard is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, a thrill ride based on Rod Serling's The Twilight Zone. And located nearby is Rockin' Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, a indoor darkened roller coaster themed to the music of Aerosmith with 3 inversions and a high-speed launch. Sunset Boulevard has 2 outdoor amphitheaters and 1 indoor theater. The covered Theater of the Stars hosts Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage, a stage show featuring highlights from the animated film. The larger open-air Hollywood Hills Amphitheater is home of Fantasmic, a nighttime show featuring Mickey Mouse and many other Disney characters in a story with fireworks, lasers, and water effects. The completely indoor Sunset Showcase hosts Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy and features Lightning McQueen and other Cars characters teaching rookie racers about the lessons they've learned when racing. And if you get hungry walking Sunset Boulevard, you can stop off at the Sunshine Day Bar, Sunset Ranch Market, which includes Anaheim Produce, Rosie's All-American Cafe, as well as Hollywood Scoops. Then there's KRNR, the Rock Station, and Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company, which is pretty much located everywhere in the Disney parks here in Orlando. Well, that singer was annoying. I thought he'd never shut up. If you want to go shopping here on Sunset Boulevard, you have Once Upon a Time and the Legends of Hollywood. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, please hit that subscribe button and smash that thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. And that, my friends, is pretty much it for Hollywood Studios here at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. It took me about, I'd say, an hour to walk the entire park. A little bit shorter for the video, because obviously the video's edited. It's down to about 35 minutes, 36 minutes, but it took me about an hour to walk the entire park at a leisurely pace. And again, my plans for the future is to revisit all the sections of this park, including Hollywood Boulevard, Echo Lake, the Commissary Lane, Grand Avenue, Star Wars Galaxy Edge, Toy Story Land, Animation Courtyard, and Sunset Boulevard, and visit all these places in detail. Walk into the shops, check out the restaurants, go on the rides, some of the rides, not all of the rides, but we'll visit all of the rides and see what's going on in detail for all these sections. And of course, lots more coming from the Orlando area, not just Disney World parks and water parks, but SeaWorld and Universal Studio parks as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.